On January 1st, 2024, licensed counselors became eligible to participate in the Medicare program for the first time in our profession's history. This marks a new chapter in the counseling profession and one that we have long awaited after decades of professional and legislative advocacy. My name is Matthew Fullen, and I'm joined by my colleagues Jordan Westcott and Alexis Isaac. We are counselor educators, researchers, and advocates for expanding Medicare beneficiaries' access to counseling services, and we're excited to share briefly with you about research that we are undertaking. Medicare is the primary form of health insurance for over 68 million Americans, most of whom are 65 years or older. In fact, about 90% of Medicare recipients qualify based on age, with about 10% younger than 65 and qualifying based on long-term disability. In the first year of counselors and marriage and family therapists being eligible to enroll as Medicare mental health providers, over 60,000 professionals signed up. Working with NBCC's Policy, Advocacy, and Research and Counseling Center, also known as PARC, allows us to better understand who is signing up to serve Medicare recipients, what their experiences have been like thus far, and how the counseling profession can continue to strengthen its commitment to serving all people, including older adults and people with Medicare qualifying disabilities. Jordan and Alexis will share more details about our research.
Given the exciting changes Matt just shared, we wanted to learn more about the counselors who enrolled in the Medicare program as providers during the first year of eligibility. Specifically, we sought to understand what motivated providers to enroll in Medicare, what kinds of services would now be available to Medicare beneficiaries, the professional preparation of this new workforce, and the impact of Medicare enrollment on their caseloads. From this interest, we developed the Medicare Access Initiative. Medicare Access represents a series of interconnected research projects that will help us understand the strengths of Medicare-enrolled mental health counselors, as well as gaps in knowledge and skills that can be filled by professional organizations such as NBCC. First, we conducted a national survey with counselors who have enrolled in the Medicare program as providers. We learned about the types of services provided by these counselors, their work settings, preferred theoretical approaches, and their master's training. We also used validated measures to understand their clinical attitudes and skills for working with Medicare beneficiaries. We also wanted to learn more about their experiences navigating the Medicare program, such as joining the program and using the billing process. Although the folks who took our survey indicated that there were some challenges enrolling in the program, overall, they were excited to support people in their community and expand access to care for older people and people with disabilities. These and other findings will be available with more detail soon. Now, I'm going to invite Alexis to share about the qualitative work we're doing with the Medicare Access Initiative, which has been directly supported by PARC.
Using direct support from PARC's research grant, we are recruiting participants from the Access Survey who opted in to follow up research. We are interviewing a sample of licensed counselors enrolled in the Medicare program to learn more about their qualifications, training experiences, and approach to working with older adults and people with qualifying disabilities. The study is guided by 3 research questions. What are counselors' experiences enrolling in Medicare? What are counselors' experiences serving Medicare recipients? And finally, how do Medicare-enrolled counselors view their current level of preparation to serve both older adults and people with qualifying disabilities? We are still actively recruiting participants for this study, and we anticipate recruitment to end in early fall. So far, we have interviewed Medicare-enrolled LPCs licensed in several different states who work in a variety of practice types, including retirement community, substance use setting, medical clinic, and within private practice. These interviews demonstrate the nuances of Medicare enrollment, billing, and preparation to serve Medicare beneficiaries. For example, counselor experiences vary based on how an LPC is enrolled in Medicare and how billing is handled. For instance, whether this is done by their employer, with paid support, or on their own. Regarding preparation, despite a noted lack of education on working with older adults and people with qualifying disabilities during their master's training, participants feel prepared to serve both populations based on post-master's clinical experience, intentional professional development, and lived experience. An emerging barrier for Medicare-enrolled LPCs and beneficiaries is the complexity of Medicare Advantage plans and ensuring LPCs are enrolled with the necessary Medicare Advantage plans for their clients. Finally, all participants have encouraged more counselors to enroll in Medicare, with one participant sharing that being a part of Medicare is a way that we fight ageism. I'll now pass it back to Dr. Fullen for some closing remarks.
We are excited about this research and its potential to help us understand and improve counselors' experiences in Medicare. And we also plan to research why some eligible counselors choose not to enroll. We hope our work will inspire more counselors to serve older adults and people with Medicare qualifying disabilities. The counseling profession was restricted from participating in Medicare for a long time, which made it difficult for Medicare recipients to find mental health care. With the addition of over 60,000 newly enrolled providers in just the first year, this is a pivotal time for the counseling profession to expand mental health access. We want to thank NBCC and PARC for their support and ongoing commitment to making counseling accessible to everyone.